Hi friends, welcome back to MEDPG Thrissur. This is a video right after 4 or 5 days of NEET-PG, and the results are not out yet, but still the problem what I am facing now is an n number of people are calling me and asking me how to prepare for the mid sessions of DNB, AIIMS, PGI, JIPMER and moreover NIMHANS. So all these things are there, and majority of people call me, I guess because all of you know that I'm a person who lost this NEET session and got Central Institute after 6 months. So all of you have been asking me how to do it. So it has been too much to do for all these things because it takes a lot of time to explain what I did through the entire 6 months. So it is a quite long thing. So what I thought that is I will give you a series of videos of how to prepare, how to take the decision of what to do, then how to prepare for NIMHANS, PGI, JIPMER, AIIMS and DNB. And if you have one more long year, for those people who have just finished internship and those people who have taken for a drop year, I think I should do it for the NEET-PG also. So it's like a quite long length of videos, and I can't do everything in one video, so I'm just doing it part by part. So this part is for how to take the decision and how to go about it and what to do, like self-study, T&D, a class, or app-based study. So that is how I'm trying to that is the question that I'm trying to answer in this video specifically. And by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I can put another video on how to go for NIMHANS, because that is the more prioritized thing, because that is the first exam coming up, and then I'll follow with the other exams. Okay. So in this question, I'll be explaining what is the method of study you should choose. And as a disclaimer, I'm going to tell you something. Friends, I started after getting my results. So if you ask me how to do it before getting your results, I'm not sure, I don't know. Because I can't teach you something that I don't know. And I always teach you through my experiences. If I not experienced something, I can't help you out. Because I don't know, I don't want to lie to you or give you false information. So to be frank, I don't know. I've taken a break, a very good break from the exams to my results of someone 25 days, 22 days, and I've relaxed completely. And the disaster was, on Jan 13, my birthday, I got the result of a big disaster, 28,000 rank. So from there, how did I choose? What did I do? That is the video. Okay. So as always, it is a personal note. I'm going to give you a personal touch into my video. So how did I do it? The thing is, what happened was on 28th night, the results came, on 30th night the results came, and 28,000 was my rank. So by around 10:30, 11 o'clock that time, Ashut sir called me and asked me, then what was your rank? And I didn't have the guts to tell him. I've told in another video saying that it is about 10% but less than 15,000 or 20,000. And he told me, okay Benson, you do one thing, tomorrow morning you come to the MEDPG office, take the application form, fill it up and sign there. Then I said, sir, it's not required, no, so I'll just come off to the classes directly because I don't have time to come tomorrow. He don't, no Benson, it's not that. You have to come to the office and take the form and sign it. Putting that sign in that paper is like taking the decision to commit yourselves for preparation. That is symbolized by signing that paper. That's what Ashut sir told me. So he told me that the moment you sign that paper, we are entering into a contract in which I will be there with you for preparing for the next session, whatever you want, whether it's NEET or DNB, anything else. But then you have to put your commitment to me. So to you also guys, I want to tell you, if you don't have something like that, you take a decision yourselves which exam you want to go for. Okay, you can go for NIMHANS, AIIMS, PGI, JIPMER or any exam down the lane. But the actual question is whether you have taken the decision or not. So once you've taken the decision, the point number 2 comes. How do you prepare this? Whether you go for a T&D session, or you go for a coaching class, or you go for an app-based study, or the final thing is whether you do it yourselves or not. So as a faculty and as a mentor, I'll tell you something. See, doing it yourself is absolutely fine, provided that you have the capacity to do it yourselves. So what decides, or you have the drive to do it yourselves? See, nothing in this world can replace a classical, conventional, class-based study in which you see a faculty in front of you. You have a relationship with the students inside the class. You make a peer group, a study circle. You compete each other. You have a person right in front of you with whom you can compete. Both of them competing each other and getting better and better every day. You have a person to come and talk to you and feel that and guide you and take you through the entire hardships. That hardcore classroom based beautiful thing, that classical thing can never be got from anywhere else. Okay, an app or a book or any sort of things, it can't be delivered by anything else. But for those people who are really caught up and don't have any other methods other than this app or a video lecture or a book series or a note series or an exam series, where, like, for example, you have to provide for your family, your financial issues, you have other constraints, you can't travel, you are so homesick and you have so much problems, and you can't change your house, or you can't leave your state, or you can't go to a good coaching center out near you. See, then if such things affect you and you're really determined that I will have to do this with my work or with my other circumstances in my house, in my room, I will keep motivated, I can handle the videos, I can handle the bombardment of all these questions, I can reasonably and judge the question paper and take the required information into me and throw up the other things and keep in line, keep motivated every single day, even if I don't have another person to compare with. The random numbers and the random names in a rank list will never give you the motivation. That's what I feel. But if you can keep motivated by that list and go ahead and work, well and good, a self-study is perfectly fine. And one big catch in this, that you should be very strong in your basics and your concepts and your outlook towards study, and you should be a person who has always elucidated things out of a book and made your own notes and made your own concepts and studied by yourselves. If you are a person who used to do combined study or used help of other seniors or friends and teachers, and you are a person who always try to get concept from other people and make your own concept and study, I will never suggest a self-study method for you. You somehow find another solution. Okay. So the second thing is T&D or classrooms. I'll tell you that, see guys, if you're ranked, I am a person who decided after getting my rank. So that's why I'm telling you. What I always felt about T&D and a class session was that, see, if your rank is more than 10,000, what does it mean actually? It means that either you made very bad mistakes in the question, very careless, even though you know the point, and you just made blunders and you just lost the exam. You lost your confidence, and you couldn't answer 2 or 3 questions. You went into zoning out mode, as I've said in my previous videos, and you lost the exam. That is one method. Second reason might be like you couldn't identify the questions, the question paper, from where it came, and you got confused. That means that you don't have the basic concepts of each subject, what to study from each subject, moreover what not to study from each subject. Get the focus and the concepts inside your head to answer an MCQ. If you lack that, then going into a T&D will be your doom. Seriously guys, it will be your doom. I'm telling you this because I always felt that if you don't have the concepts to understand an MCQ pattern, to identify the subject, to identify the area from which it is coming, to have a logics and connections inside these things, you go for an MCQ in a test and discussion pattern with just some notes, some other people have written up, and they're giving a gist of some 50 questions of high yielding areas, and you explain an entire subject from that zone. Totally guys, it is a disaster for you. But if you're within 10,000 or you lost an exam because you zoned out in the exam hall, you can definitely go to a T&D session and attend some 50 to 60 questions per subject according to the size, 100 or 50. You can see that, and you can actually identify or remember all those areas that is important. Go back to your room, take your notebooks and read those areas preferentially, and just brush through the other areas and build up your knowledge. Okay, that is what a T&D is actually supposed to do for you. A 50,000 rank guy going for a T&D is absolutely disaster, guys. Seriously, absolutely disaster. And even a self-study will be very bad for you guys, because 50,000 is a zone where you really need help. Really need help with a good mentor, with a good class series who can actually come with you and work with you guys and just pull you out of that zone and give you the impetus to go and achieve your dream. I'm definitely not saying that a 50,000 guy can achieve, who's a 50,000 guy who did it very well and tried to really put his heart into it and still got 50,000. Not telling the person who didn't study and got 50,000. So that person, if you try one more year, I can definitely say that a good mentor and a good institute can pull you up to 20,000. Or maybe like 10,000, or if it is really hard work and all things go by, you can definitely come into the top 2,000 or 3,000 also. Okay, and I'm no one to judge your capacity, and I'm no one to judge your outcomes or your things, but then that is a reasonably good thing to aim for. So always realize your capacity, our capacity, where we want to go, what we want to do. You are a person who is just an average person who's having 50 to 55% score, and you don't have very good concepts in your first year and second year subjects. Aiming for PGI or JIPMER or AIIMS in 6 months is absolutely, I'm not trying to say that you are wrong or you are joking, but then that is too high a aim. You can definitely aim for AIIMS, PGI and JIPMER if you are a person who had all these problems in your UG period after like 1 year of study or maybe 1.5 years of study in a mid sessions after the next NEET. You can definitely, if you have the motivation and the resolve to stay up close and follow it up, you can definitely aim for that, but not now. So you realize what you are and where you're standing and keep a reasonably good target. Okay, it can be PGI, JIPMER, AIIMS or DNB or even the NEET-PG according to your level, and go for if you're a guy that is about 10,000, and go for a good theory class with good mentorship wherever it is. I always tell you, if you have it in near your house, go to near your house. If it is somewhere far and you have the provisions and you have the everything to go there, you can go there. Okay, definitely. So that is what I'm telling you. So that is about 10,000. So you decide between T&D and a class session, okay, or self-study or an app based. If you're doing self-study without an app and you're using only an app for an exam platform, you can use a series of books for each subject, which is having a very good explanatory material, not notes. For example, if somebody has written ophthalmology notes by himself from a class, he will listen to something and he will have connections and he will have a study about his own knowledge about that subject. So he will note down those points that he feels important and he has a connection for. That is his notes. So if you take a handwritten notes of somebody else and study from that, you won't get that connections. You will just see a random number of points spread across somewhere and nothing will go into your head and you won't be able to reproduce. That's what I always felt. So if you are going to go for a material that is explanatory, like not as deep as a textbook, but having almost all the relevant points, the basics and everything, given up in a very good concise notes, that is much better. Notes means the material. I know a series of books. For example, I always used to use Arvind Arora and some other series of books. I can give a list of that. So those books are really good in this particular direction. Okay, so you can buy those books and start reading from those books. You can finish each subject wise in that book. They are all chapter wise. They have explanations, questions, explanations, questions, explanations, questions, and notes. Sorry, notes, questions, and explanations like that. So that's how the book goes. So you can finish those books in split a number of days and plan your things. I will put it in another video because in one video I can't do all these things. So those will come in the other preparatory videos. So you can buy those books and you can use an app, an online app like PGI, which is actually a very straightforward app which will give you repeat questions and questions that are already asked in a previous exam, that you can actually assess how the questions will be. It's not like some other apps, like I won't name them, which will actually give you questions out of blue, like completely new questions, and try to bombard you with new information and get you scared. If you can, I followed PGI and that is what I felt negative in other apps. If you feel other app is very good, you can definitely go for it. I'm not at all a person who's against all these things, but then I'm telling you, if you can reasonably keep yourself on track and don't get scared by other apps also, well and good. So you can use that app to answer subject-wise exams, okay? So, subject-wise exams. And this textbooks to study, that's self-study. Or you can do for an app-based study. There are a number of apps gives videos and questions and everything together. You can use those apps also. So that is how you choose between like the T&D, the self-study, the classrooms, and as well as apps and the books. So in this session, I'd like to tell you these things. These are the minimum number of points. In the next video, and also I want to tell you another thing is like, you have to keep yourself motivated in the 6 months, okay? So you make yourself some interim goals. So for example, if you are going for the next NEET, you keep the next DNB as a model exam for the next NEET. So before next DNB, what should I be finishing? What should be my target? If you are planning for 100th rank in next NEET, you should be saying that I should get at least within 5,000 in the next DNB to make myself eligible for 100th rank in the next NEET, and work for it. The interim goals will help you to keep your motivation very high and focused, and it will direct you towards that. So that is my third point. So keeping all these points up, that is the preparatory video, and now going to a story. So and I just want like 3-4 minutes. I'll have a small story. I'll continue the story in the next video. I'll stop in between. So the story is that after that thing, when sir called me, I told you that I went and signed in that paper. So after signing in that paper, what happened was, where did I stop? Yeah, the thing was that he asked me to sign in the paper. The next day, I did not go. And he called me again the next day. I couldn't answer. I answered the call and said I'll come the next day. So and he called me some 3 or 4 days like that continuously, and I didn't go. So on the 5th day or like the 4th day, he called me and asked me, what was the problem? Then I told him my issue. Sir, my problem is that I'm not having money. So I can't come and pay the fees for MEDPG, as well as I can't come and stay there, like expenses and everything, food is so expensive there, so I can't do it. And it's actually hardly some 5,000 rupees per month for staying 1 month in Trishul. But then I didn't have that much money at that time. So he told me that, okay, Benson, you do one thing. Your first stipend will be your fees to MEDPG. So you come and join MEDPG, sign up the letter, study, your first stipend, you pay it as fee to MEDPG. And your issue of having a place to stay. And I was close with Ashwat sir's wife, Ardra madam. She's my microbiology professor. So she's in like Normal Medical College Trishur, and she's a microbiology professor there. So I was very close with her. She told her, I'll tell Ardra. Ardra will prepare a space for you in our house. You come over to our house and study with us. I don't. So no, actually, sir, no, it's not possible for me because I can't stay with my professor and study and all. It's too much, sir. No. Actually, you think why? Because I was very close with their family, so I had the freedom to. So he told, definitely no, sir, I'm not studying there. They told, okay, then you do one thing. MEDPG office has a space, a small library there. It's a library, and you can have a small office spaces there. You can go and stay there. You can take care of the things in the library. So that's how, and then I told, okay, sir, I'll go. And that's how I became an employee in MEDPG. My starting was as a library boy in MEDPG library. So I went there and I shifted into that room and I started studying in from MEDPG library. And to my surprise, and you know the story, I got JIPMER and first stipend when I gave it, he didn't take it actually. So that is how it went on. So I went into the library and started studying from there, from day one. So that from that day one part to how did I reach up to JIPMER, it's a long story. So all those things I will add up in the coming videos of how to prepare these things so that I can explain the concepts much better, why I did so and what helped me out. And I always tell you that you identify where you're standing, identify your passion, identify your level, where you want to go. You identify that and work for that. And don't keep your dreams too high and too low. See, if you are a person who has always scored 60% or 50% in your UG days and you want to achieve pediatric seat in the country somewhere, keep that as your goal. If you want to keep AIIMS as your goal, it is perfectly fine. There is no one who says that an average guy can't get into AIIMS. But you have to give enough time and space for that. You have to allot it, you have to work for it, you have the pattern to identify, you have to learn the theory concepts of the particular areas, build your notes and compress it and stratify it so you can reproduce it properly, and all those things are there. So that comes in the next videos. So you do all these things and having enough time and enough motivation, enough dedication, you can definitely reach there. So the timeline will be like the next video will be NIMHANS and followed by the other videos. And also a very important thing I want to point out is that don't lose hope, guys, because all those people who are actually feeling like whatever rank I'll get in this PG, I'll go off. I just want to tell you one thing. Every single day you're going to go and sleep in your entire life and wake up into the next day as a dash person. For example, I told you that PG is not the career, it's a part of the career. So you go into a career, okay? That is through the PG, NEET-PG. It can be into DNB, MD, MS, MCH, DNB, super specialty or anything. So all these things you go into subject, and every day when you wake up into that subject, if you're not happy with it, you will never be satisfied in your life. Okay? And being that happy means that professional satisfaction, that work life satisfaction will reflect on everything else in your life, your family life, your personal life, and your quality of your life, your satisfaction, your esteem, everything will depend on this. I'm telling you, if you want to become an anatomist, dig anatomy, love it, enjoy it and do and become the best anatomist, okay? And at the same time, you want to take CVTS and become a cardiovascular and thoracic surgeon, just do it and become the best at it, okay? Only difference will be that a CVTS guy will be having a BMW 5 years down the lane, and the anatomist will be having a Honda City. It's only your perspective that differs. The money is not what defines the entire thing. It is the time, the quality, the quantity of the work, and how you feel about the work, how you enjoy it, and how you have the other parts in your life, and everything coming together. So if you have that one call, that passion, you want to be a pediatrician, I want to treat children, whether you take it from a DNB hospital or whether you take it from an MD hospital or, like in a degree, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, 5 years down the lane, if you study DNB pediatrics with your entire heart from a good hospital and you go out and you treat the children, and if you can put your whole, self into that thing and treat the child, you'll become an excellent pediatrician. Nobody is going to ask you whether you did pediatrics from JIPMER or from AIIMS or from a small hospital near your home, which is a DNB hospital. See, DNB degree is equal to in every aspect is equal to an MD degree, and it is just that your choices only. If you, for example, if you want to do neurosurgery, you can go and do a 6 years course of neurosurgery in DNB, or you can definitely go and take DNB general surgery and write for MCH, NEET-SS, and go for MCH neurosurgery. After all, see, when you become an MCH neurosurgeon, that exam is much less competitive, in which it actually tests your aptitude for that exam. It is much easier, lesser competition, and it is more of your subject of passion, and it is a higher chance for you to getting that. So don't ever think that you're compromising on the. You can always compromise on the the college, provided that you have given your maximum, you have put your entire self into it, and you have given enough time, and you're still achieving, for example, 6,000 as a rank, and you want pediatrics. You go and taking pediatrics is 120, or like it's like 100 times better than going and taking, for example, pathology at a 6,000 rank and living with pathology every day, and you're calling being pediatrics. That is what is more horrible and more torturing than the other part. And DNB, guys, I'm not telling you it is always good. All that matters is that how good a doctor you are or not, okay, and how well you're satisfied with your life or not. See, the curve, it may take a little more longer curve for a DNB pediatrician to become better than an MD pediatrician from AIIMS. Okay, but an MD pediatrician from a normal hospital that are not up to quality, I don't want to tell any name, any hospital that's not up to quality, and a DNB from an excellent hospital doing pediatrics, I think both of them will be same. Okay, or the DNB pediatrics will be much better than the MD pediatrics. And if it is from a bad college of DNB, the learning curve will be more, but ultimately you will become a pediatrician. So that is what I'm trying to relate. So all those people who are completely out of your heart and soul and just given up everything, they will tell you that don't see these problems at close. You're just 5 days off the exam. Don't see it now. Don't lose your hope now. Just relax, take a great break, chill, go out, and let the results come. And then there will be time. You will be standing far away and seeing the problem from a bird's eye view. Then solutions will come up in front of you. You will get the guts and the motivation to go forward and study again. Okay, and all those people who are preparing for these exams, I'm telling you, I will be putting up NIMHANS cards and the AIIMS cards and video-based questions in my MEDPG page from tomorrow onwards, or maximum from day after tomorrow onwards. And so follow our page. I'll put the link down, and please share this to your friends who are actually in need. I tell you, this is actually, I don't want to tell you the story why I started this channel, because it is a very personal reason why I started this channel, because I had some experiences in my life that made me to try to inspiring other people. So if you can inspire at least 5 people around you, just 5 people around you, inspire them, motivate them, and give them all people. I'm telling to those people who have just passed on and who have become better, who have got a PGI, who are sure to get a good rank. Go back and tell your juniors, your friends, that what went wrong in your preparation. Motivate them, fire them, and make them take the right decision. Okay? If you don't know how to motivate them and like how to get them into the right direction, you just give my number off to them and ask them to text me. I can definitely help them out if within my capacities. Okay, and share this video to those people who actually need it. And always keep an open mind. Don't be very negativistic, and those people who don't get after going to coaching institute. Stop just saying whatever that comes into your mouth about those institutes. All those institutes are actually doing good. But the problem is that their ethics is different. Some may market it, in a very high way. Some may charge very high. But the content is the same. MEDPG's content and the other institutes' contents all are same. It is just what is the difference is that the mentorship, the way they give it, the way they deliver it, and each type of people will find different institutes better. For I know that if for a MEDPG, an average student will really find awesome in MEDPG. But another person who's always studied his entire thing from notes and getting like bombarded with information, and he satisfies it and reproduces it in a very, very efficient way. Such people will find those all questions, notes institutes, or all those things. Okay, I don't want to do negative things. So all those institutes will be better for them. So you just tell the students that these are the pluses, these are the minuses. Don't just blindly say that go for the dash institute, that is the best. That is the self-declared best. No. Just tell your juniors that these are the pluses you will get. This institute has notes, this institute has questions, this institute has classes in this institute has mentorship and more motivation. So all these things are different USPs of different institutes. Identify them and direct your juniors to the one that particular junior or your friend requires. That is what you should do. Be a good senior who will show the juniors what went wrong in your preparation and guide them in the right direction. And guys, wait for my next video. It will be on NIMHANS. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.